Hi, Smithville. It's Mrs. Wimberg. I'm back with another Learning at Lunch. And this one is for all of you out there that have a story to tell. Some kind of thought about something that you want to say. And the perfect place to do that is this Story Seeds podcast. Now, you don't actually have to go to the podcast to do this, although you can. A podcast is just an audio of something that you want to learn about. And if you want to get a podcast, first got to ask your parents, but then you can come here. All right, let's do this first. So the Story Seeds podcast is, well, you know what? Let them explain it. So I'm going to go to the storyseedspodcast.com website, and I'm going to hear listen now. We're going to listen to this one. So you can see it says, listen here, grow your imagination. On each episode, we capture the magic that happens when kids ages 6 to 12 meet and collaborate, means to work with, beloved storytellers who grow original short stories inspired by the kids' story ideas. Meet our creative rock stars and authors as you listen to our podcast. So, let's go to, and there's a few different episodes. They start out with this one, episode The Magic Seed. That was the first one. That's Dan Gottman. He writes the My Weird School Days stories, and he's a New Jersey native. I don't know if you know that, but he is. And there is a little trailer. Let me see if I can find it again. To the Story Seeds podcast. Okay, so let's see if this is what I'm looking for. Here we go. Ready? This kind of explains it.
Hello, everyone. From Literary Safari Media, I'm Betsy Bird, and this is the Story Seeds Podcast. This is a podcast where imagination rules. On each episode, we will put creative kids and their story ideas at the same table with famous authors. Then we will watch what happens when their brains connect and collaborate. Collaborate. I love that word. It simply means to work together. I mean, imagine having the chance to tell your favorite author what to write about. Well, that's just what'll happen on the Story Seeds podcast. On each episode, we will match one author with one child's story seed. That would be a story idea. That's where we got our name. Now, the author's challenge? Well, to grow that story seed into an original, never-before-heard-of tale. Now, at home, you'll get to listen to how that story grows. First, the author will go on a field trip with their story seed match so that they can talk and bounce story ideas off one another. Then, said author will go home, take the seeds from that meeting, and write a great story. Now, while the author writes, you will get a peek into their brains. Not literally, that would be gross. But what are they thinking? And finally, you will get to hear the tale that grew out of the collaboration. And that, children of all ages, is exactly what we will have in store for you here on every single episode of the Story Seeds podcast. Story Seeds is coming soon to wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. In the meantime, here is a sneak peek of some of the story seeds we are growing in our studio right now.
My story seed is about two kids, a girl and a boy that find a magic seed. They take it home and plant it, thinking it's a strawberry plant or something. Instead, it grows into a tree that sparks whatever they want on command.
Mesh!
Hi, my name is Dan Gutman, and I'm the author of the My Weird School series.
My Story Seed is about a 74-foot-tall detective and the adventures he has while solving mysteries and living in New York City.
My name is Chris Grabenstein, and I am the author of the Mr. Lemoncello's Library series.
My story idea is something about Electric Kitty. Electric Kitty is a cat that walks, not really walks, but she walks on two legs. Actually, she just floats on blasts of light because she's Electric Kitty, and also she can shoot lightning bolts from her paws. She also wears a cape.
My name is Adam Kim, and I'm the author and illustrator of Cat on the Bus and No Kimchi for Me.
Ooh, I can't wait to reveal the original stories these awesome authors brew from their mega awesome story seed matches. But until that day arrives, why not let loose the rock star storyteller within you? Call the Story Seeds hotline at 646-389-5153 and leave us a voicemail telling us about a story idea you'd like an author to grow into an original story. We may feature you on an upcoming episode of the Story Seeds podcast. And listen, make sure you subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcasts. You'll get our newest episodes the minute they drop. Remember, however big or small, wacky or serious, mysterious or adventurous, your ideas matter.
On Story Seeds, you're in control of your destiny. Adventures you design, where your dreams can grow. A little more each time on Story Seeds.
Okay, so that is basically the intro for this whole thing. If you really get started and you really like it and you want to actually get the podcast and subscribe, you can. There's a little thing that says new to podcast. Here's how to get started. And it takes you to a new screen. And it says, well, a podcast feels like you're sitting around a campfire. We just listened to a little kind of commercial for one, but that's what a podcast is. It's mostly audio. And it tells you that these on the screen are the ones that you can get either from your Apple device or your Android device, and you would have to have mom and dad help you. And then once you get on it, you can subscribe to Story Seeds. That's the podcast that this particular venture is all about. So we go back a little bit to listen. They hear that you can listen here, and there's some of the ones that have already been done. I told you before. There's episode 1. Here's episode 2. Here's something about a PSA, so a public service announcement about coronavirus, and it gives you 8 tips for fighting it. So here's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and there's more coming. And they're actually asking you for your ideas. If you listen to that podcast, you could hear that you can put them in. But it might be a good idea to actually look at a few of these before, even if you do have a good idea, and even try to make it better before you call in. Because the best ideas are the ones that they use. So if you come down here, you will notice that, if we go back to the story, the main one here, it will say you can get our e-sign. So after you listen to the Story Seeds podcast, you can click on this e-sign, and it's like an e-magazine. Let's see if it went. Sometimes I wonder if it goes or if it doesn't go. These are printable activity little magazines. So if you come down here for one, here's the quick view. It doesn't cost anything for this one. All right, and you can download it. And it shows you that I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you can download it. And then it says proceed to checkout, which I don't think costs anything. So you can actually create your own story using a graphic organizer to help you develop the plot, learn more about seed science, and there's a little thing there. Conduct your own indoor-outdoor science experiments. Make some art from it. Read related fiction, and write about the new normal in response to our call for kid submissions. So there are some other activities too, but this is the basic. There's many other things. You can join their club. There's an imagination lab right here, which is activities and these are the same things that we had before for you. You can join their club if you would like. And this is the Kid Club. You can submit your story this way and join here. And if you sign up, then they send you emails for writing prompts and giveaways and free. But you got to ask your parents to do this. Okay, you can donate. There are sponsors. And this tells you a little bit behind the scenes information. So everyone, I just encourage you, if you are the kind of person that has great ideas and don't know how to get them out, this is a little activity that might be very interesting. You don't actually have to submit an idea, although that would be totally cool. You can also just listen to the ideas that the kids have and the authors talk to the kids, and then they go out and actually write a story. So I am going to put this out here for you. You make sure that you ask your parents before you do any of this. And I hope you have fun writing.